Rational exponents. Rational exponents are exponents that are fractions. The denominator of the exponent is a root. 16 to the 1/2 means the square root of 16. The number that multiplied by itself gives 16, which is 4. 64 to the 1/3 means the third root of 64. The number which multiplied by itself 3 times equals 64. This is also 4. The numerator of the fractional exponent is a power. In 64 to the 2/3, I could find 64 squared first and then find the third root of the answer. But the easier way is to find the third root of 64 first and then square it. The third root of 64 is 4. 4 squared is 16. In 81 to the 3/4, I could find 81 to the third first and then find the fourth root of the answer, but the easier way is to find the fourth root of 81 and then cube it. To find the fourth root, I use trial and error to find a number that multiplies by itself 4 times for 81. This is 3. 3 to the third power is 27. 25 to the 1/2 is the square root of 25, which is 5. 8 to the 1/3 is the third root of 8. This means the number that multiplies by itself 3 times. Use trial and error to find the number. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, so 2 is the answer. Now pause the video and try number 3 yourself. Now that you have tried it, check your work. 256 to the 1/4 means the fourth root of 256. Find a number that multiplies by itself 4 times to make 256. That number is 4. The fourth root of 256 is 4. The next example is to find 10,000 to the 2/5 power. First find the fifth root of 10,000. Then raise that to the second power. The fifth root of a number with 5 zeros will be 10. 10 squared is 100. In the next example, 27 to the 4/3 power, find the third root of 27 and raise it to the fourth power. The third root of 27 is 3. 3 to the fourth power is 81. Now pause the video and try number 6 yourself. Now that you have tried it, check your work. 32 to the 3/5 power is the fifth root of 32 raised to the third power. The fifth root of 32 is 2. 2 to the third power is 8. For the next example, remember that a negative exponent turns positive and goes to the bottom of a fraction. So 4 to the negative 1/2 is 1 over 4 to the positive 1/2, or 1 over the square root of 4. This is 1/2. 64 to the negative 3/2 is 1 over 64 to the positive 3/2, which is 1 over the square root of 64 raised to the third power. The square root of 64 is 8. Raised to the third power, we get 1 over 512. Now pause the video and try number 9 yourself. Now that you have tried it, check your work. 81 to the negative 3/4 is 1 over 81 to the positive 3/4. This is 1 over the fourth root of 81 raised to the third power, which is 1 over 3 raised to the third power, which is 1 over 27. In the next example, we use the power of a product rule. The bases are the same and we are multiplying, so we can add the exponents. 7 to the 2/5 times 7 to the 3/5 is 7 to the 2/5 plus 3/5, or 7 to the 5/5, which is 7 to the first power, or 7. Now pause the video and try numbers 11 and 12 yourself. Now that you have tried it, check your work. Once again, we add the exponents. 3/4 plus -1/4 is 2/4, which simplifies to 1/2. 16 to the 1/2 is 4. 1/3 plus 8/3 is 9/3. X to the 9/3 simplifies to x to the third. In the next example, we use the power of a power rule, which means we multiply the exponents. 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6, so we get 4 to the 3/6 power. 4 to the 3/6 power equals 4 to the 1/2 power, or 2. Pause the video and try the last two examples yourself. Now that you have tried it, check your work. 5 times 2/5 is 10/5. 10/5 simplifies to 2. 7 squared is 49. 2/3 times 1/2 is 2/6. 2/6 simplifies to 1/3, so x to the 1/3. Please use these notes as you complete your homework. Thank you.